Gorman Band.
Oh.
Mark that back row as a Baptist.
Yeah, we don't recognize you.
It's a little shaky.
Yeah. Hey, often enough to be uncomfortable, I have people who say, man, I wish I could just spend 2 hours in your head. Listen to my music.
That's right.
Listen to my music. If you really want to know the psychosis, you're getting a full force tonight. I'm sitting back a little bit tonight. Usually I'm a little forward. I think Helen had that. I noticed one time I spit a big frothy one at you, and I watched you watch it all the way in. So you could shovel it out of here later, but my mustache catches a lot of it. You don't even know, man. I feel like we're friends, though.
Hey, Mark, did you bring the Mark Gorman bibs that you get?
yeah. Like when you go to Red Lobster or to Joe's, they give you and they write nefarious things on there.
Yeah, exactly.
Ugh. All right. I'm sitting on a beach with 2 umbrellas. One stuck in my drink, one that's over my head. I know an angry woman up in Dallas who thinks I should be up there loving her instead. If I get the courage, I may call her. If I don't, I may stay where I am and order me another small umbrella. Dreaming away my days with my toes in the sand. Yeah! I came down here just to get away. Wasn't like I had a plan to stay. I could go back home if I wanted to. All but the beach is calling me. I said beach, the sand, the surf, the sea. I'm sitting on a beach with 2 umbrellas. I crack me up. One stuck in my drink, one that's over my head. I know an angry woman up in Dallas thinks I should be up there loving her instead. If I get the courage, I may call her. If I don't, I may stay where I am and order me another small umbrella and dream away my days with my toes in the sand. In a little while, I'll be forced to move. When the morning sun turns to afternoon and chases off my little itty bitty piece of shade. Hey, 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 I'm gonna have to get my chair and scooch it over there. I'm sitting on a beach with 2 umbrellas. One stuck in my drink, one that's over my head. I know an angry woman up in Dallas who thinks I should be up there loving her instead. If I get the courage, I may call her. If I don't, I may stay where I am and order me another small umbrella and dream away my days with my toes in the sand. I'm sitting on a beach with 2 umbrellas. One stuck in my drink, one that's over my head. I know an angry woman up in Dallas who thinks I should be up there loving her instead. If I get the courage, I may call her. If I don't, I may stay where I am and order me another small umbrella and dream away my days with my toes in the sand, and order me another small umbrella, and dream away my days, soaking up some breeze, dream away my days with my toes in the sand. I think it was June. I think it was June of 2016. We played Poor David's Pub, and my mom came out to see the show, and I called her the next day. I said, "Well, what'd you think?" And she said, "Oh, it was the best concert I've ever been to." Oh, and I was like, "Oh, that's so good," because I'd taken her to see James Taylor. Yeah, I took Mom to see. Took Mom to see James Taylor, and every song. I mean, every song. Oh, that's my favorite song. I love that song. That's great, Mom. I'm so glad you're happy. And I don't know. We were 45 minutes, an hour in, and she's all whipping her neck around, looking around. I said, "Mom, what's the matter?" She said, "What's that smell?" I said, it's pot, Mom. It's marijuana. She said, "Well, I don't like that smell." I said, "Well, don't inhale." A few songs later, James Taylor's ripping into some steamroller blues, and Mom's digging in her purse. "What's wrong now, Mom?" And she pulls out a flashlight and turns it on and starts whipping it over her head. Woo! And Dad never let me take her to another concert. That next August, after we had played there, we unexpectedly lost her. And we planned to go by and see her on a Monday, and we just got busy. We were going to go see Mom and Dad on a Monday, and we just got busy. They live here in town. And so I told Kelly, I said, "We have to go today." This was Tuesday. I'd taken off work, and I had a doctor's appointment, and we were pulling into the parking lot for my appointment. We were going to go right after that, and the phone rang, and it was Bruce, and Bruce had the news that we had lost her, and so that might have been the best concert she had ever seen, but I guarantee you she's seen some better ones now. You know, she's singing in the throne room of God right now, and she knows every word, and she can hit the notes. And so after that, I wrote this song. And this is not a song about my mom, although I do pay homage to her in the song. What it's really about, it's about us. It's about our friendship, our relationship, and it's how we protect that and we nurture that and take care of one another. It's how we say I'm sorry to one another when we let each other down, whether it's our fault or not. It's how we say I love you when you don't feel it, because love is not a feeling. It's a lot more about doing than it is feeling, and it's a lot more about being than it is doing, because we're not human doings, we're human beings. It's the way that we show up, whether we're expected to or not. And this song is called 2016. My 2016 took you from me. I missed you by only a day. Hey, now regret can grow deep if you let it fester away. Everyone asks how Dad is doing. I say he's doing just fine. Oh, but now we both know the new normal will catch him in time. Life has a clock that's ticking. Each moment is measured in breath. What will you do with the ones that you have left? You still have left. Morning can come like a hammer. We get up and swing it again. We can even run with the rats in the next lane to the one that we're racing in. Nobody knows where he's going, but he's running there hard as he can, trying to grasp a hold of that golden ring fashioned by man. Life has a clock that's ticking. Each moment is measured in breath. What will you do with the ones that you have left? You still have left. My. It seems like she just said her first word, but she's headed to college today. You turn around with a tear in your eye as you give her away. Life has a clock that's ticking. Each moment is measured in breath. What will you do with the ones that you have left? Whoa, life has a clock that's ticking. Each moment is measured in breath. What will you do with the ones that you have left? Baby, you still have. You still have left, yeah. My. 2016 took you from me. Mom, I missed you by only one day. There's a house up in the mountains that was made with an old cowboy's hand, by a stream that flows like fountains in the green, wide open land. And a lady came to live there, and she became the Cowboys Girl. She let that city life behind her when she stepped into the cowboy's world. And she loved her cowboy soul with the purest heart gold. But she hated when he rolled out and left her all alone. Well, the years, they kept a changing, and the years rolled steady by, and her heart was finally breaking until she thought, I'll surely die. But the cattle needed driving, and the weather wouldn't wait, and he left his girl a-crying, but he rode out and met his fate. And she loved her cowboy soul with the purest heart of gold. But she hated when he rode out, left her alone. Well, her heart was finally broken when they laid him at her door. And so now that trail claimed him, and now he loved her no more. And so she packed up her things, then she left that mountain house behind, and she let go of all she hated. She still held him in her mind, and she loved her cowboy soul with the purest heart of gold. But she hated when he rode out and left her alone. There's still a house up in those mountains that was made with that cowboy's hands, by a stream that flows like fountains in the green, wide open land. Thank you very much. I'm sorry. You're welcome. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, man. Surprisingly. But here they are. All right. So this is a song. This is a song off of. This is off the last record, I think. I think this was off the new record. I retired after 31 years of teaching, and you know, the hardest thing to get used to from being retired is that I can go to the bathroom anytime I want to. Well, I mean within reason, you know. But yeah. You do that when you're teaching, you come back, somebody's on fire and tied up. I could have retired a number of years ago, and it just seemed like every time I prayed about it, God would say, no, get back in there. And I'd go back and there'd be some kid that I knew I was there to help. And the hard thing about doing this live thing for a lot of us is accepting help. A lot of times people that have been hurt a lot, especially, they don't want to be touched. They don't want you near them. They don't want the help. But I tell you what, doing life alone is a tough road to hoe. And it's important to be in community. We were built to be in community. We were built to be in relationship. The way our bodies are built, God built us to be in relationship with one another. You want to mess somebody up, put them in solitary confinement for a long time, because we're supposed to be in relationship. So get into relationship. Appropriate ones. This song's called A Tough Road to Hoe. She was 17 and all alone, except for a tow-headed 2-year-old. Neither had a place to call their home. They were just vagabonds on the open road. Well, she left Marathon when things got tough, and her mama's new boyfriend got a little too rough. One night she packed up all their stuff in a diaper bag and her pickup truck. You can tell everyone that you know where you think they should go. You can tell the world you're fine and to leave you alone. That's a mighty tough road to hoe, baby. That's a mighty tough road to hoe. 4 years later, with a nose that was runny outside in the rain while his mama made some money, that blonde-headed kid was feeling cold, wet, and hungry. He slipped around the corner to the motel lobby. He found a half-beaten bagel in the lobby trash, and while no one was looking, he took a little cash from a jar on the counter to help a kid with cancer. Living hand to mouth to make you think a little faster. You can tell everyone that you know where you think they should go. You can tell the world you're fine and to leave you alone. That's a mighty tough road to hoe, son. That's a mighty tough road to hoe. Everybody needs somebody, so even a rolling stone. Everybody needs a little understanding, and no one should ever have to walk this world all alone. Go! Mama's gone at CPS, and foster home families did the level best, but the open road was a litmus test for facing manhood and his emptiness. One summer light at a convenience store looked like it could be a pretty easy score, but the clerk was a vet from the Vietnam War. He put the kids' lights out with the big 44. You can tell everyone that you know where you think they should go. Whoa! You can tell the world you're fine and to leave you alone. That's a mighty tough road to hoe, man. That's a mighty tough road to hoe. She was 18 and all alone, except for a red-headed 3-year-old. Lord, it's gonna be a mighty tough road up home. Thank you. Brian Kuterbach, everybody. Brian Kuterbach. I can't get you off my mind. You drive me crazy. 365 when I die and I get to go to heaven for all eternity. I'm gonna love you 24/7. Yep. Did you said forever? Did you think those were empty words? Or did you think I was a quitter? If I said $1,000,000 pesos ain't worth a thin dime, you can bet that I love you total el tiempo, and baby that means all of the time. Well, 24/7. I can't get you off my mind. You drive me crazy. 365 when I die and I get to go to heaven for all eternity. I'm gonna love you 24/7. Hip. 24/7. I can't get you off my mind. You drive me crazy. 365 when I die and I get to go to heaven for all eternity. I'm gonna love you 24/7. For all eternity, I'm gonna love you 24/7. One day for amor, por toda la eternidad, todo el tiempo. Hey! I know that we have several musicians in the house, and you know, a lot of us when we started this route, some of us at least had visions of grandeur at the end of this, and you know, and life became other things, and we made other choices to that we thought were the right thing to do, or to take care of responsibilities and things like that, and we didn't all suffer for our craft and sleep on pool tables every night and destroy marriages and relationships with our kids and whatnot. But for a lot of us, and maybe that's not true. Maybe it's just me. You know, there's this passion that I have. I mean, me teaching for 31 years, that was my calling, and I went and did that faithfully. But playing is my passion. A passion is something you're willing to suffer for, and the older we get, and the heavier the equipment seems to get, the more we suffer. Oh, do we suffer? And so this song I wrote for all of my my fellow musicians out there that still have that fire burning, and we still go out and we do these things and we write these songs and we dream for nights like tonight, don't we? Yes. We dream for nights like tonight where people sit and actually listen to the words that you've written down and wonder, what is wrong with him? And so this is a song that goes out to all of you musicians that do this thing. 45 years is a long time to hang on a song. Playing guitar in some old cowboy bar don't impress the ladies too long. So you do what you can, you join a good country band, but the night after night can get old. And if you ride with an outlaw, you'll die with him also, or so I have often been told. That's the way that it goes. I can see things much clearer, and nobody knows the old man in my mirror like I do. Some say I should quit and do something else with my time. Singing these old songs I have written suits me just fine. And I don't let someone tell me to give up on my dream when they've given up on their own. So I guess I'll just sit here and play to myself. It's better than playing alone. That's the way that it goes. I can see things much clearer, and nobody knows the old man in my mirror like I do. I can see things much clearer, and nobody knows the old man in my mirror like I do. I don't let someone tell me to give up on my dreams when they've given up on their own. So I guess I'll just sit here and play to myself. It's better than playing alone. Oh, I suppose I'll just sit here and play to myself. It's better than playing alone. Doug Laird, everybody. Doug Laird. Can you make me feel the way that I used to? Can you take my mind to another time? So baby, what do you expect for me to do when the winter's over? When the winter's over, when the winter's over, and it's time to ride. Oh, when I said I loved you, the words I spoke were true, because that is how I really felt inside. So baby, what do you expect for me to do when the winter's over? When the winter's over, when the winter's over, and it's time to ride. I can't complain, for you have loved me, and you've given more than I deserve. But the trail is waiting beneath the melting snow, and I must go, my love, and I must go. I suppose that I could stay and live with you, but now if I did, it would feel just like I died inside. So baby, what do you expect from me to do when the winter's over? When the winter's over, when the winter's over, and it's time to ride. When the winter's over, when the winter's over, when the winter's over, and it's time to ride. That song seems so irresponsible. Ladies, have you ever been warned about the mama's boy? Have you ever been warned that if you marry the mama's boy, he's going to expect you to be his mama? Have you ever heard that before, any of you? Some of you married to? No. Sorry, I shouldn't have gone there. Guys, we know there's a female version of that, don't we? She's a princess. And we ain't never living up, are we? This song is called Nobody Loves You Like You. 1, 2. You sat beside me, feeling lonesome. You told me that he made you blue. You said he didn't treat you the way you always dreamed a man should do. Nobody loves you near enough to satisfy the fantasy you think is true. No man can fill the boots your daddy left behind. Nobody loves a girl like you. You've had your own way, I said, dang near all your life. And you've gotten it at every turn. Broken hearts and burning bridges are what you left behind. Nobody else is your concern. Nobody loves you near enough to satisfy the fantasy you think is true. No man can fill the boots your daddy left behind. Nobody loves a girl like you. Hey! Nobody loves you near enough to satisfy the fantasy you think is true. No man can fill the boots your daddy left behind. Nobody loves a girl like you. Nobody loves a pretty baby like you do. Yeah. My high school art teacher is sitting right back here, and she can attest to the fact that when I was in high school, I wanted to be John Denver. That job was taken. So I wrote John a letter, and I said, hey, man, the guy you got playing guitar for you, you should fire him and hire me because I'm cool. And I know your music. Oddly enough, I did not hear from John Denver, ever. But that guy that played guitar for him, we ended up being great friends. He moved to Palmer, Texas, man, and we became friends. And I remember the first time I met Steve Weisberg. I met him over, what was that thing before Facebook? What was it? MySpace. Yeah, MySpace, not my face. My twit face. Yeah, so I found him on there. I was just looking up the John Denver's band, wondering what they were doing, and so I found him on there. So Palmer, Texas. So I sent him a little message, and he pinged me right back. I don't know if that's the right term, but we get it. He sent his phone number, and he said, call me. I said, all right. It took me 3 or 4 days to get the courage up to call him. But I called him, and the reason it took so long is because I knew I'd be an idiot, and I was. And I love your music, man, and you're my idol, and all this stupid stuff. Yeah, I tried to get you fired. So he loved that story. He thought that was the funniest story. Anyway, so he said, hey, I said, I'd love to get together and just play guitar sometime, man. That would be so cool. And he said, well, cool, here's my address. What about next week? I said, yes. And I drove up to his house, and Steve came bounding out onto the front porch like a lab, you know. And I could not tell you whether we shook hands or not, but I know we hugged, and we were instantly friends, best friends. And he generously gave up all the secrets behind all the stories that we kind of always heard about, you know. I mean, my parents were so excited that I chose John Denver because we all thought that Rocky Mountain High was about the altitude in Colorado. And I know now. We'll talk. So anyway, I sat in Steve's living room that day with gold records on the wall around us and played John Denver songs and just watched him throwing all the licks at me. Dad spent hours dropping the needle on the record trying to remember that's how we used to do it, right? And we played a lot of shows together, and we hung out, and we lost him a few years ago to cancer, and I miss him terribly. But that was one of those gifts you get in life where God just winks at you, you know. That was just a cool gift, you know. I remember the best advice he gave me one time. We were playing a show, and he said, don't throw all your hot licks out at the first part of the lead break. I said, well, Stevie Ray Vaughan played. He said, you ain't Stevie Ray Vaughan. And he's right. And Stevie Ray Vaughan ain't Mark Gorman. How about them apples?
That's how it works right there.
That's right. So when I got a phone call on the Monday morning after the Sunday when he passed away, and I found out about it, and gosh, I just thought back over the years about how much he'd influenced the way that I play guitar, and because his songs were not difficult to learn for a young man starting out. And he spoke of Colorado, and Mom and Dad, we'd go to Colorado often in the summer to escape the summer heat, you know, and so I could identify with so much of what he would sing about, and it was just great stuff. And so as I reflected on that, I wrote this song. It's called Song for JD. It's really Song for MG because it's really about me and how I feel. But nonetheless, it's called Song for JD. Well, I find myself in quiet contemplation about my rocky high school days. An awkward kid with no direction, sometimes just wishing I could fly away. I met a friend and he made the difference. He spoke of things that I understood, taught me to sing and play this guitar some. Now I've flown higher than I ever thought I could, singing Rocky Mountain High. I learned to reach for the sky. I've flown higher than I ever thought I could, singing Rocky Mountain High. Yeah. This old guitar helped me find my identity. His music helped me through the pain of all the adolescent cruelty. Not being cool back in your high school can bring, oh, but now, with all those years behind me, I can smile because I know home is safe and how you get there. You take me home down country road, singing Rocky Mountain High. I learned to reach for the sky. I've flown higher than I ever thought I could, singing Rocky Mountain High. Well, my phone rang one early Monday morning with the news that my friend was gone. And though I never met him, Lord, I knew I'd miss him. I picked up this old guitar, I played a little song, I sang some Rocky Mountain High. And I learned to reach for the sky. I've flown higher than I ever thought I could, singing Rocky Mountain High. You taught me to reach for the sky. I've flown higher than I ever thought I could, singing Rocky Mountain High. Rocky Mountain High. Rocky Mountain High. Colorado. Rocky Mountain High. Colorado. Rocky Mountain High. Rocky Mountain High. Well, he was born in the summer of his 27th year. Brian Kuterbach.
That was worth the price of admission. All by itself.
Well, I'll be watching closely. Hey, there's a $3 bill in here.
Wouldn't be a bit surprised.
You know what a grifter is? Man, I didn't. But I do now. This song is 100% true. Yeah, not 100%, but it's pretty close. I can neither confirm nor deny which parts may or may not be true. But I can tell you this one was close to the artery on this deal, boy. She liked to got me, but she didn't. Yeah, you bought and paid for, ladies and gentlemen. Sold to the lowest bidder. Yeah, so this song is called The Grifter. And I started to name it her name, but I didn't want to give her the pleasure. Anyway, The Grifter. God rest her soul, or not. You walked in, nobody noticed. You set up shop in the corner to bide your time. You spun your web of false pretense. You played the part of the victim at the scene of no crime. First thing I knew, you were telling your story. Hook, line, and sinker, you were reeling me in. You laid your cards on the table, or so you told me. You landed a keeper, and now you're back in business again. 'Cause you're the grifter, you show no mercy, you take no prisoner, you leave no trace, and no mister could ever see you coming. But when the grifter leaves town, another body lies in your wake. Every other lady in town could see right through you. Every lie you told them was on full display. They let me know just what you were up to as you finalize your plan to put me in an early grave. 'Cause you're the grifter, you show no mercy, you take no prisoner, you leave no trace, and no ordinary mister could ever see you coming. But when the grifter leaves town, another body lies in your wake. I toasted you with a glass of my whiskey. The sparkle in your eye betrayed the thought your plan was still in play. But the poison you intended for me is now in the wine on your lips as I watched you slipping away. I took no prisoners, I left no trace. So baby, rest in pieces at the bottom of old Lake Whitney. They all think the grifter left town, but you'll never ever leave this place. They all think the grifter left town, but you'll never ever leave this place. They all think the grifter left town. They all say the grifter left town. They all think the grifter left town, but you'll never ever leave this place. They all think the grifter left town. They all think the grip and left town, but you'll never ever leave this place. Kuterbach. All think the grifter left town. They all say the grifter left town. They all think the grifter left town, but you'll never ever leave this place. They all think the grifter left town. They all say the grifter left town. They all think the grifter left town, but you never ever leave this place. Doug Laird. We want to play a couple of more songs for you. We just have a couple of more, and we thank you so much for your kindness. This song is off of our second CD. This is my dad's favorite song that I've ever written. It's not that he likes it that much. It's just he hates this one less than all the other ones. And I knew it was time to retire when God told me I could, but I could see it coming because every year they had a new contraption, some sort of new that they would give me and say, and I would say, but I have an iPad. I know how that works. And they were like, this is the new thing. And it was just passing me by, and I struggled. I became that guy. I just couldn't keep up. You know, I was fine with an abacus and a sundial, you know. Give me a TRS 80, you know, golden. But when the Cowboys, when the men began to filter back home after the Civil War, after they'd been thoroughly trained in how to kill one another efficiently, they found that a lot of the ranches and farms had turned over and gone to seed, but there were a lot of wild cattle roaming around, and somebody had the great idea. Charles Goodnight and Oliver Loving had the great idea. I bet we could round up some of these rascals. If we could drive them to the railhead up north, I bet somebody would buy this beef from us. We could make some money. And so driving the cattle up to the railhead was how the cowboy was born. And it was that same technology, that railroad railhead, that would soon come here, that would extinct the very thing it created. This song is called Gone with the Buffalo. That's me. Not the buffalo. I'm just gone. Well, all the buffalo are gone. I heard him say aloud, then he took another drink. Well, they've all moved on up north, but that was years ago. Now they're all but gone, I think. Well, I looked up at that old cowhand. Then I thought I saw him wink when he said, and I am gone, already gone the way of the buffalo. And I am gone, already gone, you know, like the buffalo. He said, I trailed those mossy horns up from old Mexico all the way to Abilene. He said, there ain't too many of us left now from back when I was young. Well, I'm a dying breed. All the other boys have done rode on, and I think it's time I took my leave too. And I am gone. I'm already gone the way of the buffalo. And I am gone. I'm already gone, you know, like the buffalo. So I sit before you now, I strum on my guitar, and I've sung to you my songs. And I thank you for your time. You've listened oh so well, but I must be moving on. Well, I'd like to bid this fond farewell. Yes, I'd like to say so long. And I am gone. I'm already gone the way of the buffalo. And I am gone, already gone the way like the buffalo. And I am gone, already gone the way of the buffalo. And I am gone, I'm already gone, you know, like the buffalo. Yeah. This last song that we're going to do, we want you to join us on this song. It doesn't really matter that you don't know it or ain't never heard it. This is not brain science. It's not rocket surgery here. This is country music. 3 chords and the truth, baby. So anyway, actually, this is not. This is actually black gospel. And I grew up in the hood. It wasn't a hood when it started out, but it was by the time I lit a shuck. And I grew up learning to play piano, watching those guys walk the bass, and I even joined a black gospel group, and I was a little white dot up in a sea of black. They called me Dot. I wore it with pride. I learned so much about music, that style of music, and it incorporates in what we do today. But although we're going to do a little gospel song, and it is a gospel song, it's the good news. That's right. Get your breath ready, because I don't want no funk coming up here. So anyway, go ye therefore into all nations, making disciples, baptizing them in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, teaching them all that I have commanded you. And lo, I'm with you always until the end of the earth. There is no plan B. If you're a Christian, the deal is we make disciples. We share the gospel where we go, and we share the gospel in bars or where in people's garages. wherever we happen to be. And so we would love for you to sing along with us. Yeah. So let your inner funk come out. Ready to? I'm gonna tell it. I'm gonna tell it. I'm gonna tell of the gospel story. How he came to earth, he left his home in glory. He went to the cross, washed my sins away. Hey, hey, okay, you got it. I say now I'm gonna tell it. That's right, choir. I'm gonna tell it. I'm gonna tell of the gospel story. How he came to earth, left his home in glory. He went to the cross, washed my sins away. Only the name of Jesus, the way, the truth, the life, can get me down that narrow road, make it straight and get me right. Yeah, I'm gonna tell it. I'm gonna tell it. I'm gonna tell the gospel story. How he came to earth, he left his home in glory. He went to the cross, wash my sins away. He walked on the water. He changed that water into wine. He made the lame to walk, the blind to see. Hey, he healed this soul. Mine. I'm gonna tell it. I'm gonna tell it. Yeah, I'm gonna tell of the gospel story. How he came to earth, left his home in glory, went to the cross, washed my sins away. I'm gonna tell it. I'm gonna tell it. I'm gonna tell of the gospel story. How he came to earth, he left his home in glory. He went to the cross, washed my sins away. Hey, listen to me. Whatever trouble that you're in, he knows what you're going through. He came, he set this sinner free. Lord, he can do the same for you. Yeah, I'm gonna tell it. I'm gonna tell of the gospel story. How he came to earth, left his home in glory. He went to the cross, washed my sins away. Acapella, here we go. I'm gonna tell it. I'm gonna tell it. Oh, you sound too good. Gonna tell the gospel story. How he came to earth, left his home in glory. He went to the cross, he washed my sins away. Well, he went to the cross, washed my sins away. The cross and he washed my sins. He went to the cross. Oh, he washed my sins. He went to the cross. Oh, washed my sins away. Went to the cross. He washed my sins away. Went to the cross. Oh, he washed my sins. Went to the cross. Washed my sins. Went to the cross. Washed my sins. Went to the cross. Washed my sins. You went to the cross. Hey, you went to the cross. said he went to the cross. He washed my sins away. Yeah, he went to the cross, washed my sins away. Thank you very much, everybody. We had a great time tonight. Brian Kuterbach on the cajon, Doug Laird on the bass. I'm Mark Gorman. We love you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much.